How's it going, Blasters? We do have something new from Mikkel Willumsen. He's well known as far as custom knife maker, but he also is a designer that's on a lot of different brands. But he did come up with his own brand. So Willumsen Copenhagen is his brand that's bringing his designs to market. So that's something that really Everyday City Carry went and looked at one of the knives, and Mikkel Willumsen actually reached out to him for the Apex Pass-Around group, and then they sent like a lot of knives, like a lot. So I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna pick for myself what is my favorite folder and what is my favorite fixed blade that they sent, because they sent a total of 7 knives. So this is going to be kind of an overview. If you have questions on it, let me know. Otherwise, this is going to be seen in other videos from other folks. So then just follow it along. Ask those folks questions as they cover information as well. So that's what we're going to have for this. And I'm going to pick kind of, again, my favorite for a folder and my favorite for a fixed blade from what they sent. And then we'll kind of go from there. And they will be working on a US distribution, so that's something that is will help out quite a bit, because when Ray of Everyday City Carry got his, shipping alone was about $20, which added to the price. So that's where that the Ready would be normally a little bit more affordable. It's still affordable, but it would be less normally if they had a US distribution. So we're going to start off. I'm going to bring out basically the Rat 2 that will stay in screen just to give you an idea as far as how big these knives are as I take them out. But we'll start off with some of the ones that are the fixed blades, and that's where I'm not an expert in fixed blades either. So you might go, well, you don't know what you're talking about with that. Well, some of it I don't. So I'm going to go off of really aesthetics for it, what I think about it, and then we're going to go through as far as deciding which one I would go with. So we're going to start off with that. So the first one we have is called the Mad Dog. So we'll go through, show you for all the folks that have a short attention span, and then I will choose the ones I like, because some of you probably already gone, which is sad. If you're still here, fantastic. But this is going to be the Mad Dog. Is this one here, has a wrap for it. We're going to have the Depot. This is a Depot. Then we have a large Depot. All the sheaths come with it as well. Then we have a Cobra Ace. This is going to be a lockback. Then we have the Tyron. I probably messed that name up, but that's what that one is there. This one's going to be a frame lock. And then we have the Ready, which you may have seen already. So that's the Ready, which has the Axis style lock. And then you do have this one, which is going to be the Chibs. Meh. Don't know if that's correct, but C-H-I-B-S, Chibs. So don't know if that has a different meaning, but I have no idea what that means. But this one also is going to be a frame lock as well. So now that I had that, and most of you guys can kind of find out something else for your day, it's just kind of bad with some attention spans. But we will get to these. So I'm going to see which one I like the most. So again, we'll go back fixed blade side. So we have the Mad Dog. Mad Dog is this one here. So it's going to be a 2.5 inch blade for this one here. We'll see what the weight is as well, because I don't think that is listed. So actually we're going to have to move this guy. So weight wise, and you can't see the weight. Weight wise, zero that out. So blade itself is going to be 3.4 ounces. Blade with the sheath is going to be 4.7 ounces. And this one is going to be also a AUS 8 blade. So AUS 8, fairly good in hand. the jimping is very aggressive. So glove wise, it would probably be good. For me, it's a little bit more aggressive than I would prefer, but it does come pre-wrapped and everything for that one. So for me, I probably wouldn't go with that one myself, but if that's something you're looking for, then go with that. We're going to also have this one. So this is the other one. So I found the sheath is going to be a little bit stronger retention than I would like, but that will probably wear in a little bit as you deploy this over time. But right off the bat, it's a little bit too tight for me. So this is where we're going to have this one here. This is going to be the depot. Very nice shape to it. I like the way it looks. I like the way it feels. Still has similar jimping on the blade as the previous one, but I just like the look of it as far as how it is. In hand, it does have this little G10 transition, which has that lanyard loop. That kind of digs in for me just in holding it. So probably if you're going to be using it quite a bit, that might dig in a little bit more, but if you're going to hold it more in this type of grip, that's not going to be an issue. But this is going to be the smaller version of the two. There's a medium, and then you do actually have the strap clip for it. It's a little bit less, it seems a little bit less expensive than some of the other ones that I've seen on different ones, but it does have, so this is the lock for it. So it has that closes down, so you open that up and then you squeeze it and open. So you can rotate this as well, so you have multi points for it, but it just doesn't have the same feel as some of the ones I've experienced before. It still will work probably for it, but it just doesn't feel the same. So the other ones I had has kind of like spring loaded. I don't know which one's better. It just, I'm going off of kind of what I'm seeing. So let me know in the comments down below as far as what you think. So that's going to be the depot medium, and there's going to be the depot large. So this one has the retention is a little bit more what I would expect from the lanyard, the sheath, and then you also have the same type of clip holder for that, but this one feels a little bit better for me in hand, so it doesn't bite in as it was kind of at the tail piece. And really the handle is not that much bigger, so it's going to be the blade that's going to be bigger on this one. This one's going to be about a 5-inch, and then the other one is a 4-inch, so you gain an inch of blade from the medium to the large. So just off the top of my head for those, oh, weight-wise, sorry. So weight for this one, for the medium, is going to be 4.2 ounces, and with the sheath is going to be 6.2 ounces. And then the large, weight-wise, is going to be, zero out there, 7 ounces, and then with the sheath is going to be 9.1 ounces. So just for the way it looks, the way it carries and everything else, I would go with the medium. So if I'm going to pick up a fixed blade from Willumsen Copenhagen, I'm going to go with the medium depot. This is the way I would go. So out of all those fixed blade, this would be the one I would recommend from them. So over the folder side, a little bit more information I have on the folder side than the fixed blades. But this is going to be a lockback knife that's available. It's not one, you can do this one-handed, but it drops down and you can close it down. But you do not have blade contact, so if you're going to just drop it down, you will probably get bit. So I would be careful with that. This is safely, it's going to be a two-hand knife, and that's what it's going to be designed for. Folks that like to fidget with things, you're going to try and do it one-handed, which you can do, just be careful. So that's going to be where it's G10 stainless steel, and then this one is the right hand tip up and left hand tip up carrier as well, so you can switch that clip over. One thing nice about it too is you see on the actual pocket clip, it actually has a name of the knife, and if you do not want that, and then you can get, they actually include another clip with it, so you can get a plain one without the billboarding on the clip. So I think that's a really nice addition to it, especially for folks that have that mentality of like, well, I don't like billboarding on my things, give me a regular pocket clip. Well, they give you a regular pocket clip. This S35 as well. A lot of these I don't have the prices for, because they are working to get probably that distribution, so they're working pricing wise as far as what it's going to turn out at the end. But S35 lockback, that should be a pretty solid one for you as far as a knife. So that's what you have there. Next one is going to be the Tyron. This is going to be one that's a flipper. Oop. Ow. Flipper. So I had my hand on the lock bar. So this is going to be a frame lock. So get your fingers out of the way. Don't do that. But I had my fingers on it, so that's where it kind of locked up a little bit. So we'll see what this one is as far as the flipping action. So bust out the line pull gauge for that and see what it takes to deploy this without your fingers on the actual frame lock, which messes everything up. So we're going to have that right here on the flipper tab. So 4 pounds, 8.8 ounces. So for me, preference-wise, that's going to be a little bit higher than I like. I like anything for about, new setup, bumped the table. So I like things about 3 ounces or 3 pounds as far as a deployment action for a flipper. It's not horrible for it, but that's a little bit higher than I like. And then things with thumb studs, I prefer things about 2 to 3 pounds as well for that. But it deploys well for it. This one is going to be a different steel as well. This one is going to actually be 440C. So it has a good front choil for it. Has a decent shape for it as well. It does have a little bit of a transition for kind of similar to a Tanto style for that blade tip. And this one's going to be, again, G10 with a stainless steel frame. So frame lock, stainless steel. Same thing with the clip on this one. So you can actually change that out if you don't want the name on it. If you want to rock the name, do that as well. But that's what you're going to have for that one. And this is, oh, forgot the weight again. So weight-wise, 4.5 ounces for that one. The previous one, which was S35 Cobra Ace, that one's going to be 4.7 ounces for that. And this is a 3.5 inch blade for the lockback, the 3.2 inch blade for the 440C Tyron. The Ready, this one has a great sound to it. If you cannot tell already, I have a little affinity to this just for the sound, and I don't know if that comes across on video. So it is a stainless steel frame as well, which has a little bit more of that resonance to it. The blade shape is cool. The blade is actually a 2.7 inch blade as well. So you're going to be under most issues as far as laws. But this one weight-wise is going to be 4.5 ounces. And then same thing with this. If you do not want to billboard as far as the Ready, then you can get rid of that. But this is kind of what that blade looks like, which I think is a handsome blade. Has a good front choil to it, has a good feel in hand, has the axis lock for it, so it's a good fidget knife as well. So that one is that weight, that size, G10 as well. And then this is going to be the Chibs. There, I got that so wrong somewhere, but this is going to be one that is a larger 3.5 inch. So it makes it good for a middle finger flick type knife. Also has the flipper tab for this one. So let's see what this one comes in at for this. Power back up. So this one, as far as deployment, should be less than the other one. So 2 pounds, 2.8. So right in a good spot for where I like a detent. And these are just the ones that we have on the table. Of course, some of the other ones will have variances, but I feel for deployment, for release of the actual frame lock, it has a good tension to it. So this is one that I prefer over the Tyron. So I would take this one out of the equation, even though the steel is different for it. Yes, that would be a factor as well. But this is a D2. This one is 440. Not a huge issue, but just because of deployment, how it works, I would take this one out of the equation. So now we're down to 3 blades for this. So I'm down to the Cobra Ace, the Ready, and the Chibs. So this one goes in as a weight. Oop, just turned right off. So we'll turn the scale back on, and then this one has a weight of 4.9 ounces. So most of them about high 4s as far as weight goes. For me, the steel is good on the S35, but it's a lockback. I don't use lockbacks very often, but this would be a good option for you if you wanted to get a traditional type of knife action with a modern carry, right left hand. So Tyron's out, Cobra Ace is out. For me, you might love them, so don't have that discourage you. So now we're down to these 2 knives as far as folders. So Ready or the Chibs. So I don't know how to pronounce that, but so Ready and Chibs. So these 2 are the knives that I found to be pretty decent. This one is a good size all around, fidgety. This one is still a decent size. I don't have the laws that would cause me not to carry this one, so that's not a factor. But for me, as far as a knife that I'd buy first, I would get the Ready because it's cool. The selling point is the sound. So even though that seems so silly, I'm sorry for folks that can't hear it, but it's so much better as far as a first knife to pick up. So if I had 2 knives to pick up, I'll get a Ready and then I'll get a Chibs. And then also going off of the pocket clip side, that's where you're going to have a different pocket clip option. So I don't think this one came out of the package, but I think that's this one. So pocket clip, so you can either get the one with the branding or they give you one without, and then also you can have it, they actually give you a patch. So a little bit of swag in there, little options. So these would be the 2 that I would pick up. So out of their lineup, they sent over the 7 knives. I would get the Ready, and there's a comparison to the Rat 2, and I would get the Depot Medium. So those would be the 2 that I would pick up out of the lineup they sent over. Keep an eye out for what type of distribution they would have for it as well. We're going to go through and see what the behind edge thickness is for folks that care about that. So we'll start off with the Ready. Ready's going to be about 22 thousandths. Put that back down. The Depot is going to be about 22 thousandths as well. So that might be what we're running out for most of the knives. So the Chibs, that's going to be 24.5, 25 thousandths. The Tyron is going to be about 19 thousandths. And sorry, my throat's getting a little scratchy, so I apologize for the way that I'm speaking right now. And I didn't bring any water, so we're doing this on one take, so I apologize for that. So this one's going to be about 17.5. That's going to be for the Cobra Ace in S35. And then you have the Mad Dog. Mad Dog is going to come in about 27,000, so a bit thicker. Definitely more of a heavy use, maybe a tactical application for that. And then the Depot Large, we're going to have about 28.5, 29,000 as well. So that's the rundown from the Willumsen Copenhagen brand. Made in China for the knives as well, but solid options. These are the ones I would pick up out of the ones that I've seen. Ready, I want that, so I'm going to get that at some point. Probably the satin one, the same one that Ray has. And then as far as a fixed blade goes, the Depot is pretty solid. But this would be the first one. So even out of these two, Ready is the way to go. And I'm ready to buy one. Whenever Willumsen Copenhagen is ready to sell me one, that's what I'll pick up. So thank you very much. Have a good morning, afternoon, or evening, and thank you very much.